Kise Ryota. We all know and love our blonde-haired, kind-hearted, 6'2.5" beautiful demon. We all know him for being in the Generation of Miracles, but I know some of y'all forgot not only is he good at basketball, but every other sport. Oh, by the way, thank you for this idea from one of my previous videos who commented that I should do a Kise video because honestly, I love this idea. And if y'all have any other ideas for me to do, I'll gladly do them. But also, most of you aren't subscribed, so if you want to do so, it's free and you can unsubscribe whenever you want. Anyways, let's get back to our prince. So Kise is one of those guys who are good at everything and everybody wants to be him. He's tall, really good looking, good at sports, models, and also women love him. But when I say he's good at sports, he's really good. He excelled at most of the sports that he played and thought all of them were just unchallenging. The thing about Kise is I really think he'd become the best player out of everyone in the show. Nobody can touch him with his potential, and I know most of y'all would agree with me. I already know there's gonna be comments saying Aomine has more potential if he actually trained, but if y'all really think Aomine has more potential than Kise, I gotta remind y'all, Kise started playing basketball in his second year of middle school, while all the other Generation of Miracles started playing as kids. Now don't get me wrong, there are still players that are better than Kise, but I'm just saying his potential is to the moon and back. And I know, the Aomine Glazers will say Aomine will still always be better. Trust me, I'm an Aomine Glazer myself, but let's be honest, Kise is that guy. He started playing in middle school, but caught up with all the Generation of Miracles in 2 years. He's the definition of being a main character. Anybody who has a copy skill in any anime is bound to be either the strongest at the end of the anime or one of the strongest. But let's really dive deep on who Kise is and what his abilities are. Kise has a signature ability to perfectly mimic other players' moves after seeing them for the first time. This means with dribbling, shooting, defending, not just that, but also copying signature abilities like Hashi's Emperor Eye ability. The cool thing about Kise is in any sport he was able to copy everybody, but he did have his limits, which were the Generation of Miracles abilities. He had to work and train for it to actually copy them. We all know is the perfect copy, which lasts up to 5 minutes or less. This lets him copy any of the Generation of Miracles and combine their skills for a play, which is overpowered. He's the small forward of his current high school team, Aijo High, who wears the lucky number 7. The thing about Kise is he really started off as a rude person who didn't really acknowledge Kagami because his ego is high. He brushed past Kagami like he's nothing in the beginning of the show. Honestly, all of the Generation of Miracles have high egos, but Kise is the type to learn from his mistakes the most. He got humbled fast after losing to Kagami and wasn't mad about it, but respected Kagami afterwards, even making Kagami his rival. But losing to Aomine was the worst for him because Kise from the beginning idolized Aomine, even trying to copy him, but it didn't work. Kise's mission was to surpass Aomine and still ended up losing to him. The amount of growth Kise has might be the most in the whole show. His story has the most meaning behind it and the most emotions brought out. To me, out of all the Generation of Miracles except Kuroko, Kise is the most human out of all of them. A really well-written character with rivalries that surpass other rivalries in the show. He was also the only one who believed in Kuroko and his style, teamwork, while everyone else in the Generation of Miracles just thought they can do it themselves. He has respect for Kuroko, giving him the nickname Kurokochi, and wanted Kuroko on his team rather than in Kagami's team. He's voiced by Ryohei Kimura and probably has the most female fans out of all the other characters. Kise to me is the most relatable and the most stereotypical character created. I say this because he relies on his talent too much, but also everyone would just think, he's naturally talented and doesn't need to work hard for anything. But that's not fully a bad thing. What I really like about Kise is that even in defeat, he doesn't get mad or bitter, but just thinks he has to train more. Obviously, he'd be sad about a loss, but he's not the type to give up just because he lost. I think Kise is also the most out of all the Generation of Miracles to share a bond with his teammates and to trust in them like they trust in him. Kise is also the player that we've seen the most in the show, of course except Kagami and Kuroko, but we've seen him take the most losses. We've seen him emotionally exhausted, and we've seen injuries that he has got. He's really the character that showed us the real struggle to try and become the best. If you look at everyone in the show, you're either talented or hardworking, but Kise is honestly both. He reminds me of Oikawa Toru from Haikyuu. Both are genius players naturally born to play how they want to play. Oikawa, just like Kise, feels overshadowed by other prodigies. Both are charming and knows how to talk to people. Both want to prove that they're bigger than what they're gifted in. They also put in the hard work and both really want to beat their rivals to surpass them. The only difference is Kise plays basketball while Oikawa plays volleyball. But yeah, that's all I got from Kise. If I left anything out or I should add more, let me know in the comments. That is all for the video though, so if you want me to talk about another Generation of Miracles player or anybody in the show, let me know in the comments as well. But yeah, that's all. Bye.